said we would go Facebook Live later too.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Not with the face though.
About what?
Nobody needs to see that.
No. Okay, I don't want to look at these ahead of time because
no, you just
want to
just
laugh.
Yeah, I know. Like this stuff is like gold, man.
I know.
Jeez.
I'm like, I don't want to ruin it.
That was crazy. Do you want to do this one first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why not?
cool.
Oh.
That Deanne, she wants us to talk about the Top Hat Man.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Should we should just like do some stuff
Google,
and
Google
and
sure,
do some that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Coolness. And then we'll read her story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, we're going to use that.
Girl.
So
here we are.
Two crazy old broads on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Sunday fun day?
Ooh, sloppy Sunday.
Sloppy seconds?
Oh, no.
No. Nobody wants that. Not even the younger days. You know what I'm saying? Pass. This is Jas.
And Sher.
Enjoying some brewskis?
Yeah, sipping.
I say brewskis with the broskis, but you're a sister from another mister.
That's right. No broskies here.
I'm actually drinking beer for a change tonight. I'm kind of liking it.
Yeah, I was going to stop at the LC, but then we're like, oh, nah, beer's good enough.
Well, because I had to come home. I had company earlier. I won't get into that, but really nice people came, and I didn't know what they drink. I don't know if they drink alcohol. I don't know a lot about them, so on the way in from the cottage, I stopped in Petersfield and I picked up some cold beer at the vendor, and I ran out of beer. I don't drink beer too often. So I thought, I'll have it on hand, have it for the pizza dough,
Well, there you go. See?
Love that. Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
So, this is Giving Up the Ghost. Thank you for coming back, everybody.
Yes, again.
And we
again,
are
and
in
again.
we're in the pod lounge.
I know.
Pod
I haven't been here for how long now?
Oh, months. Long time.
Don't even know how
February. No. Longer than that.
I honestly don't know.
Oh, excuse me.
Really, I honestly don't know.
No, it's been I think in fall. I'm thinking fall. Seriously.
Like a year, you think?
Yeah, totally. Before the first restrictions had kicked in.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Easily.
That was November, right? So
yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because we God! Just a little recap here. The recording at a distant thing really blew.
Oh.
We did not like that.
Blue chunks.
Oh my God, it was horrible. So in saying that, we just kind of coasted for a bit, and then COVIDcation, and then we did 5 episodes. I was really proud of that. We did good.
Yep.
Didn't have an episode last week. I mean, just time, school started for everybody, and it was just kind of cray-cray.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't like getting back to normal. Back
so
to normal sucks, really.
What is normal?
I don't know, but this whole school shitting thing and kids pissing me off. And,
I know. So, we got to do our shit. And then we're here. And then we're here for you. But we did find some really cool topics that we want to discuss today. And we're going to actually do Facebook Live probably in about 2 hours. Not our faces.
Never our faces.
Voice book, maybe? I don't know.
Voice book.
I'll put the camera on Ghosty or something.
There you go.
So,
perfect.
But the lounge is nice and clean, considering this doubles as my work office during the day.
It's good.
Nice and clean.
It's very good.
Purge, organized.
I don't see any alcohol around here, so that's good.
No, I'm legit, man. I do my work and I get it done, and
I know.
But it's funny because sometimes with my work, without getting into it, nobody from work listens. Nobody listens.
No.
But the whole thing is you send out a whole shit ton of emails, you get shit done, and you wait.
Yeah.
And you wait for a response or something. So then I'll wander off into the kitchen, get a glass of water, or check up on other people. And then the kids, shouldn't you be working?
And you're like, I am. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting is working.
Exactly. I said, even if I was physically in the office, I still have to wait.
That's right.
So Patience, man. Patience.
Paid for patience.
Well, anyway, with COVID still happening, approaching the 4th wave in Manitoba, we hope you all are doing well and keeping safe.
Yep. Please do.
And just in case you aren't, today's episode. Ooh, that's grim. That took a dark turn.
That was really grim. That was
dark.
That was
a real bad.
That was dark as hell.
That's a real morbid turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tonight's topic, or today's episode, we're going to record a shit ton and then whatever.
Yep.
It's called it's Ramblesode. There's no easy way to die.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know. That was pretty dark.
That was pretty dark and grim. Even dark for me, too.
Shit happens.
Oh, well. However, I got to do a little backstory. The reason why we're going to be talking about cemeteries again, we did omens and the superstitions. That was good.
Yeah.
I really like that. last time with all our other episodes. But we're still gearing up. We still want to do this. We're going to invite a few select people out to come with us. We're going to do a tour of graveyards, cemeteries, walkabout during the day. We're not totally crazy and whatever.
Right. No.
We'll be cautious because we don't want to bring anything home with us. I got enough dead people shit around here.
Yeah, I don't want to be walking around either. Screw that.
No. But we want to just check out the vibe, check out some cemetery stones, I guess. Right?
Cemetery stones.
Headstones. Lost for words. But saying that, like, we had that fellow last year. Kelly was his name. He was the one that told us the story about the haunted restaurant he worked at. We won't say the name because we did try to approach that restaurant asking them if we could record there.
Bummer.
They weren't too keen on it. They didn't want to scare off the public. So
they wouldn't. They'd have like lots of people coming in.
Shit, yeah. Oh, it's funny though. Come Halloween time, all these people would be like, "Oh yeah, come on down,
ghosts,
yeah, and talk about ghosts, yeah." In any event, Kelly came on and he was telling us some of those stories. But then he says, "Oh yeah, and by the way, me and friends checked out St. Andrew's Cemetery," and I'm like, "What?"
I know, eh?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And they recorded voices. So this is our intention. We're going to go to some country, relatively close graveyard cemeteries and just do some episodes, see what pops up,
see what shows itself. Show yourself.
Yeah, we're not like that.
No thanks.
Yeah, so that's coming up. So in preparation for that,
I found some rules and regulations.
Found some shit that you will not believe. So this is tonight's episode. There is no easy way to die. It's a Ramblesode because I first Googled how many cemeteries are there in Manitoba? 950. And which led to how many cemeteries in Winnipeg? Which was 28. And we were just before we started recording, we're wrapping our head around it like, shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's enough.
But I mean, that's all sizes, right?
That's right, because some of them have like, there's probably some that aren't even in there. Some country towns that have like one family.
But that even goes, and that even goes like the Manitoba. Yeah. You go down the highway. Fenced off area, there's like 4 headstones that you can see. It's like, is that all there is, or they're ground stones? Like,
I don't know.
But this kind of led down a rabbit hole because there's some weird shit on Google.
Did people ask questions about?
If you didn't know, there's weird shit on Google.
There's weird shit everywhere, yeah.
And we make it our goal to find that weird shit
and share it with you
and bring it to you. Share with Sher.
Yeah.
So other things that came up. Shall I do the first page that I put together?
Yeah, go for it.
So one of the questions that came up, can you be buried on your own property in Manitoba? And this is very specific to Manitoba. There was some general, but there was a lot of Manitoba specific. You cannot simply be buried anywhere. There are restrictions associated with burial on private land. For example, there must be no public health concerns. But there is no law expressly forbidding it. So consent must be gained from your local authority. So that's interesting.
So what do you do? So I mean, like you croak and then like just your, hey, I want to be buried in the backyard here.
In the back 40?
It's like, what the hell? As long as you're not contagious or...
But I mean, I guess, I could see where you would have to get permission because if you ever sell the property or...
Does it have to disclose that? There possibly is a body here.
Yeah.
There possibly already is a body there somewhere.
Everywhere, sure. Yeah. That's what they did back in the day. They want to be close to their family. And we've had those discussions before.
Oh, yeah. They just plunked them in the yard. Like, I mean, it's not like...
Just like I still have a hard issue, and I still want to look into it further with the Lower Fort Garry. Like, come on.
Somewhere.
They are not, in those days, they are not going to carry off their dead to go bury them like 20 miles away. No, they want their dead close.
Yeah. And convenience and winter and all that shit.
Well, especially in those days when you have horses, like, come on.
No, a horse with a dead body on it? No, it's not going to go well.
That's a weird image. No, but I mean, like, carting...
No, but I mean, they will not. Animals can sense that.
That's true, too.
Stank, and they're not going to want to be like, hey, let's go for a walk.
You're not going to get a funeral procession to the local church.
No, not at all.
And they had a chapel there. So they had a chapel there. So they're buried. There's stuff buried around there. Anyway, but I digress. So technically, it says there is no law expressing it. So that's interesting. And consent must be gained. I guess, too, because, like, if you're disposing of a body, right?
That sounds so bad.
Let's just say if I needed a body taken care of. Because that could probably lead to with the improper.
Oh yeah, you could get some sort of desecration charges.
Yeah, desecration to
anything.
Right? Yeah. So I mean, you kind of want to get your peas and carrots.
So which authority do you ask this question to?
Right?
Who do you ask?
I don't know. Well, okay.
What do you call a cop? Hey, copper.
Funny you should ask. On my corkboard of oddities with all my obituaries, because everybody in my family's died.
So she just plunks them up there.
I am the proud owner. I actually own, through the City of Winnipeg Planning, Property and Development, I and my hot little hands have a fourplex of graves for my family. And I have one spot left.
Well.
Can you imagine me trying to sell this?
Yeah.
Exclusive views of the river.
Come on down. Take a look.
Forest, lush grasses, plants and gardens.
Beautiful tree.
Wonderful parking. Accessible.
Great neighbors. So quiet.
Very quiet. Very respectful. Yeah, so I have this, and it's the description on it is 1 double depth cremation open close for the installment. Oh, that was for my mom. Anyway, but yeah, but of course they have no problem with charging a whole bunch of shit for that, hey?
Well, of course not.
Anyway, so I have that. So I mean, it says Winnipeg City and Planning, but yeah, you're right. Like, I don't think you'd have to go to them because this is for their own cemetery. I wonder who or where or what, right?
For your yard. What do you go downtown?
Property assessment?
The permit board office?
Yeah. So
can I get a permit to bury my wife in the backyard?
This is very vague. Yeah. It's just like, we didn't know she was dead.
Oops, sorry.
Untimely demise.
Yeah.
And then they start looking up the obituary. Oopsies. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
And speaking of wife, here we go.
Oh.
Can I bury my wife in the garden?
In the garden.
It is legal to be buried on your property as long as you own it and the burial plot is far enough from a ditch or water source to meet environmental agency rules. Oh. The person responsible must also be in possession of Oh God, somebody's dying outside.
Yeah, it's like a dog attack.
My dog's inside, so
yeah,
it's all good. The person responsible must also be in possession. I want to yell out, we're recording a podcast here. So the person responsible must be in possession of a certificate of authority for burial and create a simple burial registry. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Why would you want to put your wife in the garden anyway?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Isn't there that Ramones song?
I know. You know what? I have flashbacks of freaking Sandra Bullock burying her crazy ass sister's boyfriend in the rose garden.
Oh yes, Practical Magic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm
he had that coming to him.
Do you want to be planting shit under your flowers?
No.
Or under your carrots?
No. I know it's good fertilizer and all, but geez, there's got to be a better way, right?
I don't want that. No.
Oh God.
Look at your garden this year. It's blooming so wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all the potassium.
Oh God. But so that's a little sketchy. It's interesting, but sketchy.
Yeah.
Another question here was, can you be buried without a casket in Canada?
I don't know.
So
tell me.
I will tell you. A southern Alberta city has become the first municipality to let people have green burials, so an environmentally friendly and less expensive alternative to cremation or burial in a coffin that has grown in popularity in Canada in recent years. Well, they have those urns, right? That you can get those
the haunted fucking
eco
tree urns.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I know. I don't want to be a haunted bush.
Haunted bush on a Saturday night at the Spike.
Yeah, I know, but that's just odd. I mean, okay, wood coffin, green. I guess you're destroying.
Well,
trees.
I guess this would be like cremation, is what.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
But then give it a plastic bag, so that sort of defeats the whole purpose, really.
Oh God. Paper or plastic? Do you want paper or plastic?
That's so terrible.
Oh God.
No plastic anymore unless it's recyclable.
Well, just okay, now this is deviating totally somewhere in left field, but you ever hear about people burying their placentas after they give birth, the afterbirth? You ever hear about that?
Burying them? I hear about people keeping them
in the freezer
people
and
that
stuff.
Eat them and people that inject shit into their body.
Apparently people bury them with
Why?
trees and stuff. I don't know.
Hey, when I was pregnant, I got a pamphlet. They wanted me to keep mine in cold storage because the stem cells in it are good for
research.
Whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, why bury it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So odd. Anyway.
Animals eat it, but that's just not on my menu.
Yeah, no, that's not my
No.
choice of. No, for sure. Do bodies sit up when being cremated? Okay, now this is getting kind of
What?
morbid, but kind of creepy cool because we're all about the creepy cool.
Yeah.
While bodies do not sit up during cremation, something called the pugilistic stance may occur, and this position is characterized as a defensive posture and has been seen to occur in bodies that have experienced extreme heat and burning. Wow.
Ew.
Can you imagine a crematorium with a window?
Ew.
And then it goes like this. Hello, goodbye. Ooh.
Well, yeah, I guess everything shrinks up, right? Like, I mean, like when you cook meat,
I guess.
the muscles shrink, so ew.
We're so bad.
I know.
I think we need to have a disclaimer on this
yeah,
one. It gets a little
we're not this
icky.
creepy. Well, I mean, maybe we are, but no.
Yeah. I didn't Google this shit, honestly. It just,
No,
I
it just
fell
happened
down.
to be there.
I fell down a rabbit hole, or should we say a
Ew.
cemetery plot?
Cemetery. I fell down a 6-foot hole.
So you want to take the next page?
Sure.
All right.
It says, what happens to teeth during cremation?
Oh, I don't like this.
Teeth do not survive the cremation process. They
Yikes.
don't? I always thought they did.
Nope. I've heard about
And
this too.
Any remaining large bones, such as hips or shins, end up being ground in a cremalator? What the hell's a cremalator? It
To the
sounds like
cremalator.
Oh my goodness. Teeth can make it through the cremation process without being broken down completely, while teeth fillings and gold teeth will be melted down and mixed in with the remains. Oh, the cremains, sorry. The cremains? So they have a giant blender that they put everything in?
That's brutal.
That is brutal. I always thought the teeth were harder and they could make it through.
Do not survive. The cremalator.
Cremalator? The cremalator. Okay, this is gross.
I know, I'm sorry.
Ew.
Ew, I know.
Does the skull burst during cremation?
I would never even have thought that.
Neither would I. Who thinks of these things?
I don't know.
Like, why do
did
they
you
think
talk
of
about
these things?
the teeth and the fillings and all
Yes,
that shit?
yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway.
It says
Had
the
to tick off.
coroner medical examiner is often required to sign off, pardon me, to make sure no medical investigations or examinations need to be done, since unlike after burial, like bodies can be exhumed once it's a body cannot be exhumed once it's cremated. The body is prepared by removing
That makes sense.
pacemakers, which can explode in the heat, prostheses, and silicone implants.
Oh my God. Boobies.
What about what happens to boobies?
Well, it's just
But they would
plastic.
boil. They'd boil.
But it's just plastic. It's just like,
Yeah.
or what is it?
Oh my God, greenhouse gases from burning tits.
Now I've
Terrible.
heard it all.
Now we've heard it all.
Now I've heard it all.
Can I bury human ashes in my garden? Yes, you can.
Ding, 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 ding.
Somebody's cremated ashes on private,
Yeah.
or public property,
Uh-huh.
including your own yard. It is illegal to spread ashes. Oh, this is another question. Is it illegal to spread ashes in Canada? Like anywhere in Canada? In Canada, there are no actual laws associated to the scattering of cremated remains. Scattering is permitted on any crown land, including in water, and a permit is not required.
Interesting. There you go, people.
So you can
Spread away.
Ashes are fine anywhere.
Let them fly.
Body, permit, ashes, wherever.
Set them free.
Set them free. Set them free in the wind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Oh, you should probably read the last one.
Well, okay. Like, there's no more
Or you want
ashes
me to
in.
read it?
There is no more. Just for the declaration, there are no more ashes in my house. Here,
Woo.
when we were recording podcasts for the first 8 months, 10 months,
Yeah.
there were ashes in my house.
I know.
And they're not there anymore.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So
Did you spread them in the wind?
no, they're properly disposed of in the backyard. No.
In the garden.
No, they're buried properly in cemetery type dealios.
There you go.
So it says, is it bad luck to keep ashes in the house? Is what the question. No. It can remain for a long time because of this. Their energy can still be felt by the living. In truth, the dead never leave us, but in another dimension of existence. There's nothing wrong with keeping a loved one's ashes in the house. I digress. I don't like it. No,
No, she's like,
no,
I
no.
don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want to know about it.
And just to clarify, the reason why I had ashes in my house,
It's not
saps.
because she's a serial killer or
No,
anything.
no,
No.
I'm no Dexter.
No.
Like, not to, like the mother passed in February. It was too cold to bury her,
Yeah.
logistically speaking.
Yeah.
And then by the time we're dealing with all her bullshit, then my dad dies.
Yeah.
Like 4 months later.
I know. That
And
was
it was
terrible.
summer, so then I'm dealing with his stuff, her stuff, burying
everyone's
them.
stuff.
As long as I got them cremated, great.
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Let's worry about doing that. What the hell is
I
going
don't know
on
what's
outside?
going on.
Sounds like a
There's
dog fight. There's
I
like pit
know.
bull fighting.
Yeah. Like that's a lot.
There's a lot of shit going on out there.
There is.
But yeah, like, so I mean, and then by the time things kind of calm down and get everything settled and sold and taken care of and remain disposed of, but
Yeah.
yeah. So for the whole time I had them nice and cuddly sitting next to each other
Ooh.
on my
Wonder
bar
if they were,
shelf.
like just
On my bar shelf downstairs. They got along.
Yeah, okay.
They were divorced for many, many years, but they did get along, and they were oddly quite alike in a lot of ways, but because, they didn't quite raise me and stuff, often I'd look at them and I'm like, you both sit there and think of what you've done. You sit there on a timeout. You think good and hard about the bullshit you put me
lucky
through.
I'm not mixing you together.
That's That would be the ultimate payback right there. I was kind of thinking about doing that just to fuck around, right? But I couldn't live with myself
No, I
after.
know, I
Because
know.
once they're in the ground and stuff, I ain't going back. No. And then that guilt would eat me alive. And then they really would be coming to visit me in the middle of the night. Can you imagine that?
They'd be like all of a
Yeah.
sudden one female.
Oh
or
my
something.
God.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. You'd be
And
like,
my dad
"Oh,
would probably
shit."
be like, well played, Jazz.
Yeah.
Well played.
He'd be like, good job.
Yeah.
Thank you, but now I have a boob.
And not a fake boob.
No. Oh, yeah, that's so bad.
All right. So, do you want to take the next one
Sure.
since you take
Sure.
that next one since I stole your thunder on that last one?
What? Why females are not allowed in cremation? What?
I have no idea.
What is this?
I have
This
no
is
idea. This is
bullshit.
weird.
Ghost effect. Oh, wait. No. Unmarried women, specifically virgins, and pure and therefore easy to be possessed by the evil spirits. As against married women can enter the cremation ground as they are difficult to be controlled through bad means.
Weird.
What?
That's some weird shit.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I don't like it. It's just weird.
I know. That's just odd.
It's just odd. So, okay.
Virgins.
Virgins. There's no virgins anymore.
Come on. Not in cremation time.
No. Kind of explains
Volcano.
volcanoes. Can't speak one
They're
beer.
throwing them in. They're throwing them in left and right.
We have no more virgins in the world to appease the volcano gods. And
That's
look at
right.
them.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're
Yeah.
going off.
See?
That's what
No
happens.
one's chucking them in there
That's right.
anymore.
Cross your legs, ladies. Anyway,
Bastards.
what happens if you can't afford a funeral in Canada? Now, this is informative. We're trying to be good,
Yeah.
So in Canada, no one has ever denied the dignity of a funeral if a family is not eligible for CPP benefits and is unable to cover the cost of a funeral. A provincial or municipal governments can help fund basic funeral services, including a casket, cemetery, or cremation services. That's pretty decent. I've heard that before, too.
Yeah. No, that's good.
All right. How long does it take the coffin to collapse? Oh, God.
Oh.
And it says, of course, decomposition rates can vary by burial type. So when buried naturally with no coffin or embalming, decomposition can take 8 to 12 years, Adding a coffin and or embalming fluid can tack on an additional years to the process depending on the type of funerary box.
Funerary box?
Oh, that's interesting. Good word.
Funerary.
I'm all about words. That's a good word.
Yep, that is a good word.
The quickest route to decomposition is a burial at sea. I want a Viking funeral.
That would be even quicker.
That would be fucking cool.
Just burn me up on a boat.
You float it out,
and
light it,
away you go.
and whatever happens, happens.
Yep.
And they're like, I guess that was the quickest way
But
for the
then they
people.
used to chuck the spouses on too, so that kind of
What?
sucked really. Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah, I think so.
It was like Egypt, right?
Unless that's just my husband's family.
That's what he's
folklore
telling you.
thing. He's like, if I go, you have to jump on the boat and come down with me.
That ain't gonna happen.
No, that's not
Yeah,
happening.
it'd be like, bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good trip.
Happy sailing. But like, I like the part where they do the archery. You go, pew!
Oh yeah.
and then lights it on fire at sea.
Yeah.
But like that's the Egyptians, right? The Egyptians, right? If the head of the house died,
Yeah.
they'd kill everybody. So so you wouldn't be lonely.
Bury them all with you and their pets.
Yeah,
and
so
their
they wouldn't be
frickin'
lonely into
horses.
the next world.
I know,
That's selfish.
isn't it though?
Not their time to
Assholes.
go. I know.
No.
Are your organs removed when you are embalmed? The pathologist removes the internal organs in order to inspect them. The organs will be placed in plastic bags before being placed back into the body. That part I didn't know, actually.
More plastic.
Morbid. Plastic, yeah. Which is then sewn closed. Since the organs are preserved and placed in plastic, no additional cavity embalming is needed. I did not know that. This is more informational. I wasn't trying to be gross or anything. That was kind of cool.
Ew.
Oh, I don't like this next one. No. Do morticians remove eyes? I would never have thought of this.
I wouldn't think of that
I did not.
either.
And they don't. They said they don't remove eyes. They said you can use what is called an eye cap to put over the flattened eyeballs to recreate the natural curvature of the eye. Because I guess they sink, eh?
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's
for
what
sure.
it is.
And all
Ooh.
fluid in there, yeah.
Concave. Can you imagine? If they forgot to do that, there's an open casket. It's like, what's wrong with Grandma?
She hasn't eaten for months. Oh my god.
You can also inject tissue builder directly into the eyeball and fill it up. And sometimes the embalming fluid will fill the eye to normal size.
Ugh. Blah, 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 blah.
Yuck.
That's all I can say about
I
that.
know. I don't like that. Okay. But people need to know. People need to know.
People need to know this.
I know.
Do they really? No.
They don't need to know it, but I felt
People
they
have
did.
Googled this shit.
I know. That's the creepy part.
I know.
It's the rabbit hole or the
Because
cemetery
enough
hole.
people have Googled it that it's a top
That
pick.
it's there. I know.
Ew.
Why do we bury bodies 6 feet under? The 6 feet under rule for a burial may have come from a plague in London in 1665.
Oh, okay.
The Lord Mayor of London ordered all graves shall be at least 6 feet deep.
Oh.
Grave sites reaching 6 feet help prevent farmers from accidentally plowing the bodies.
That's a good idea.
Kind of,
That's
makes
pretty
sense,
smart.
right?
I get that.
I get that.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. You want the next
Sure.
leg? Take the leg.
Take the leg,
Out of the
please.
casket.
How long do you own a grave for? When you buy a burial plot, often what you're actually doing is buying a grant of exclusive right of burial, which is the right to decide who is buried there for a set period of time. Usually between 25 and 100 years. It's like a lease. You're leasing a bit of land.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. See, and the next one kind of goes hand in hand.
You own your cemetery plot forever. Well, no, it's a lease. Generally speaking, when you purchase a cemetery plot, it does not expire, and it will always be yours. While the cemetery retains ownership of the land, you're purchasing the right to use the land for burial.
And that's like my fourplex that I have.
Right.
I am the landlord of a fourplex.
But if you're only leasing it for, let's say, an allotted time of like 25, say it's only 25 years, right? And the cemetery actually owns it, can they move you?
I guess technically they could, right?
They could, right?
They could.
They'd be like, this is like a good place. There's like a tree here and shit. We got to move you.
And that's how Poltergeist the movie came.
That's right.
Exactly.
Like, Billy Bob wants this plot because he's got a lot of money. So that's...
You mean just not like move them? You mean like just transplant people?
Transplant them. Yeah, like why not? Why wouldn't they?
Oh God.
Maybe they put them out in the back 40 where it's really shitty,
Yeah,
swampy
not,
or some crap.
Not a room with a view or anything like that. No.
Yeah, because there's obviously better plots, right? I mean,
here's an interesting thing. I'm not sure if I talked about this show. Yes, I talk about personal stuff of myself, blah, blah, blah. But apparently I had found out just before my mom had passed, my great aunt had told me, I got to give her a call. My great aunt had told me, and she didn't want me to share this with anything, but apparently my grandparents had a 3-month-old baby boy before my mom was born. And he died, right?
Yeah.
And I had never known this before at all. And that kind of explained a lot of things why my grandparents were so, coddling to my mom and blah, blah, and whatever.
Extra protective.
Yeah. So in saying that, they had a baby boy and it was buried in a cemetery in their local town, right? And my grandmother apparently would go every day to go see the cemetery, right?
Yeah.
So I had to find the cemetery. And again, I never told my mom. She never knew before she passed. It wouldn't have done anything for her anyway.
Right.
But I had to know, right? So I actually had a friend who goes back and forth to Germany a lot. And I told him the deal, and he looked up the 2 cemeteries that it could possibly be. And he came back and he said he did speak with somebody. They have no records of such a baby by such a name. But at the same time, if this would have been like, and it was like this baby would have been born like in 46, 47 or
Right,
something.
right,
Apparently in Germany, it is different. Like this whole owning the thing
right.
doesn't exist over there. Apparently, families have to pay leases every 15 or 20 years
To keep up the plot.
to keep plots up.
Right.
And all they'll do is bury relatives on top of relatives
Yes,
is what they'll
yes.
do,
Yeah.
which is very common,
Yeah.
especially for overcrowding and stuff. So anyway, long and short of it, what we just read does not apply everywhere. This is just
Here.
North America,
Yeah.
Canada, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Yeah.
Huh, that is weird.
It is. I think
What
it
is the
one more.
difference between a coffin and a casket?
I'm glad you asked.
The major, I don't know. I didn't know there was a difference, really. Did
I didn't
you actually
either.
know there was a difference?
No, no.
I had no clue. The major difference comes in the shape of the container. Unlike a
Interesting.
casket, a coffin has 6 sides, and the top of the container is wider than the bottom. Unlike a casket, where the lid is hinged, most coffins feature a lid that is removable and lifted off of the like a
Yeah.
hammer and nail, like the old
Yeah,
timey Western shows.
Coffin nails.
Yeah, where the guys measuring them up to build a box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Were they measuring them
Measuring them up.
alive?
Yeah, right there. on the spot.
Gunslingers, right? They used to do that.
Yeah, I know. Those old timey
Well, that's
movies.
discouraging.
Yeah, I know. Hey, bodies can go in a grave.
Isn't that interesting?
Do I want to know?
Orgy.
Death
Death orgy.
How many people can be buried in a grave? Plus numerous what? Plus numerous cremated remains,
Yeah.
caskets. Oh, like a multi-casket.
Yeah.
Oh, in some of the city's cemeteries, where land is suitable, graves can be dug to a depth of 7 feet 6 inches, which allow 3 full interments.
Ew.
3. Are they all related?
Come and knock on a
You
door.
know what I mean? Are they?
We've been waiting for you.
3's company. Yeah. Oh.
Hers and his. Three's company too.
Oh my god, that'd be horrible. Wife, husband.
Isn't that
There's a
weird?
picture.
I did not know. That's so weird. You read I'll read
Which
the last page. You read this page
Which?
where it says which side is the.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Whoops.
Ooh. Sorry.
Hello,
I don't
visitors.
know. Which side is
Ghostly
the wife
visitors.
buried on? I didn't know this was a thing either.
I did not know.
Most cemeteries bury husbands on the south side of a burial plot with their wives on the north.
No idea. Weird.
I'm trying to think of which way I lay in bed. And I'm like, nope, that's the wrong side.
I did the same thing too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Can a husband and wife be buried in the same casket? Well, okay, well, maybe under certain, I can't imagine, 50 years apart?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that'd be just wrong.
2 people.
Honey, I'm home.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we gotta dig up Bob now. It's like,
Wake up, Bob. You got company.
2 people, typically a husband and wife, pre-purchase a cemetery space together, and then their caskets are placed on top of one another when they pass. The couple then shares a single marker that features both names. Cemeteries can accommodate a single in-ground burial for a cremation urn and casket in the same plot. Oh. Yeah, that would really suck, eh?
That
I mean,
would
what
really
if they
suck.
died at the same time?
Oh, that's sad.
No, but really.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't.
Did
I don't
anyone
know.
I guess no one Googled that. Just
No.
is it
2 for 1 coupon?
Yeah, exactly. 2 for 1.
Oh, that was bad. I'm so sorry.
No, yeah. Oh, touch wood or something. I don't know.
Wood. I go, I don't wood.
No wood.
Plywood.
Yeah. Is it disrespectful to walk on someone's grave? I don't like doing that.
I say no. Don't do that.
I don't like doing that ever.
Get the fuck off me.
I know. And even when you
Do
don't
not
know
like
how
that.
big they are, too.
No, and I told you the story about Elmwood. They're like it's weird.
I know. But
That's
how, you tiptoe.
oh, I don't.
I don't
And it's
get
like,
it.
I'm sorry, because it was in the dark. You can't see where you're going.
No, I know. Touching monuments or headstones is extremely disrespectful, and in some cases may cause damage. Well, yeah, some of them are old as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to walk in between the headstones and don't stand on top of a burial
That's
place.
right.
Be respectful of
That's
other
right.
mourners.
Damn it. Yes.
Be respectful of other mourners. Well, like what? People
Are they
are there
dead too?
mourning, and you're
Are
just
they
like,
dead too?
Are you walking over them while
And
they're
you're like
It's
like do.
I know. Like, what the hell? There's a whole thing going on.
Do the jig on somebody's grave is like, do you mind?
Yeah.
Dance party.
Yeah,
Doof,
excuse me.
doof,
I need to do
doof,
my
doof.
yoga.
Oh my god. Ooh.
Oh, that's just so bad.
It's wrong for so many reasons.
Why are headstones at the feet? Are they?
I never heard that before.
I didn't. Why is it a headstone then?
Right?
It's not a footstone. What the hell? Who
Right?
made that's bullshit.
I've never heard that before. That's why I threw it in. Why did somebody ask that?
The idea was to make it easy on the eye for families of the deceased. What do you mean easy on you? What? What? What do you mean?
My eyes are over here.
What does this mean? As all the graves look the same, they could focus on the graves of loved ones and not
I
be
don't
distracted
know.
by other larger and elaborate ones. Each grave would have to have a small flat marker which was mostly placed at the feet. Bullshit! I say bullshit!
I call bullshit.
There's no way they're calling it a headstone if they're putting it at your feet.
I know.
That is something we must Google.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good with that.
No.
So, well, this is part of the next page, so I'll hit this
Alrighty.
one. So, why put a penny? Now, this was cool. Like, this is so
I've
cool.
Seen something.
I've
about this.
seen,
Yeah.
but there's a meaning. I had no idea. It's all military, actually.
Yeah.
So, why put a penny on a headstone? It says a coin left on a headstone lets the deceased soldier's family know that somebody stopped by to pay their respects. That is cool.
Yeah.
If you leave a penny, it means you visited. A nickel means that you and the deceased soldier trained at boot camp together. Is that... And then it started talking about, has anyone survived the death rattle? I missed that. We'll have to Google that after. Anyway. Why? And then, because I started talking about coins and stuff. So, why should you never touch coins left on a gravestone? Quarters are perhaps the most heart-wrenching of them all, as they are left by people who were present at the time the veteran was killed.
Aww.
Oh, that's very sad.
That is.
It is. The coin should never be picked up by members of the public, but they are collected by cemetery workers for a good cause. Oh, I can see that, right?
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay. Oh, this is the death rattle part. Okay, so
Okay.
a person survives an average of 23 hours after the onset of a death rattle. At this time, friends and family should try to say their goodbyes to the loved one. I guess medical professionals, they can probably hear like in the chest or something like a death rattle.
I don't know.
Isn't that weird? I've
don't
never heard of that
know.
before. We'll have to do
I'll
a
have
little...
to Google that shit.
I didn't want to go down another rabbit hole. That was
I
the
know,
whole
she's like,
thing.
yeah, look,
I'd be researching this shit for
Yeah.
hours.
I know.
I've only got like how many hours in a day? What happens to the soul 40 days after death? Like, I believe in reincarnation. So
Why is it
this,
40 days.
I don't know, but this was pretty cool. It came up as a Google search. And I'm
And
like,
it was
I gotta
40
know.
days.
Yes, it is believed that the soul of the departed remains wandering the earth during the 40-day period, coming back home, visiting places the departed has lived, as well as their fresh grave. The soul also completes the journey through the aerial toll house, finally leaving this world. I thought that was kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
40 days and 40 nights.
There you go. It's always 40, hey?
Yeah.
Well, 4 and 44 are considered in Japanese like a death number, right?
That is true, yes.
So it's kind of weird, that
Yeah,
connection.
That
Yeah.
is weird, that
Very
connection.
Okay, now when I'm like looking this stuff up, this has got to be the stupidest question somebody asked. The stupid award goes to, drum roll please. Ching, ching. Does the body feel pain during cremation? I sure as God hope
God,
not.
I hope not.
Okay, it wasn't after death, but I was kind of telling you before, but
Yeah.
does the body feel pain after cremation? If it does, there's a
Whoa,
problem. That means they're
God.
not dead.
That would be bad.
My worst nightmare.
Yes.
I always think of that Bill Murray movie, Scrooged. Remember?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And he wakes up in the box.
Yeah. Yeah,
Worst.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
And they look at the people that just put bells in the freaking things.
Well, yeah, that's right. Knock me
Yeah.
up in the morning or something, right? They go, I'll ring you in the morning.
Let me out, for
Yeah.
Christ's sake. Yeah.
I think we talked about that before. That was
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. So does somebody actually had to ask that? And when someone dies, they don't feel things anymore. So they don't feel any pain at all. If they ask what cremation means, you can explain that they are put in a very warm room where their body is turned into soft ashes. And again, emphasize that this is a peaceful, painless process because you're dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not peaceful, because we heard they had to disintegrate the bones and shit.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
leftover.
Yeah, it's not exactly
I've heard
peaceful. I
I've heard
know.
about that too.
Yeah.
But
No.
at least you don't have worm
No,
worm
blender.
rot. Cremalator,
Cremalator? Like it sounds like some sort of food maker.
kitchen appliance, eh?
Cremalator, yeah. I'm like, what that was that like a ninja? Like a
The Cremalator 3000
exactly
for three
as
easy
seen
pays.
on TV.
Yeah, 3 easy payments of
Oh my
$29.95.
God. That's
Anyway.
terrible.
So yeah, so that's tonight's episode that I affectionately like to call "There's No Easy Way to Die," and it's not
Yeah.
as much about as paranormal and ghosts and stuff. It's just kind of cool, kind of stuff that you needed to know, and a lot of stuff you really did not want or need
Well,
to know.
maybe
Anyway.
you did.
Anyway,
Anyway.
but we have a guest coming to the pod lounge in a short little while, so we're gonna sayonara on this puppy. Sayonara?
Sayonara?
Or Auf Wiedersehen, however you want. What do we say in Ukraine? How do you say?
I don't know.
You don't
I can't
know?
think
You're
right
not
now.
that Ukraine.
I'm totally lost at my brain.
I'm
What do
so
you say?
sorry. But
I don't know.
if you wish to get a hold of us, please email us at
Givinguptheghostpodcast@gmail.com.
excellent. And also, we're on all devices for your podcasting needs or wants. We are.
On everything.
We know everything about nothing and nothing about everything,
As usual.
as usual. So, again, thank you for listening, all 6 of you. That's great.
Yay!
Yay,
for
the
six
6.
of you.
And please, again, thanks. Come back. We'll have some more,
Jovial,
interesting
episodes.
hopefully. And always to remember to live every day like it is your last.
But never give up the ghost.
Never give up that ghost. Bye. Jazz hands.